Alright guys, today I'll be reviewing Laff Trakk at Hersheypark. This is the 2015 Maurer spinner here, and it's quite a lot different than the other two I've done, being Whirlwind at Seabreeze and Steel Dragon at Waldameer. So in this review, I'll go over what makes this ride so much different, and what makes this ride particularly weird. So to start off, let's go over the presentation. This building looks decent. Honestly, I think it looks better from the road. You could really see all the artwork they put on the side of it. But from inside the park, I mean, it's alright. You've got Wildcats Revenge next door, you got some trees, you got the Music Express. You got a bunch of stuff sort of in the way of it a lot of times. But it's alright because the real theming starts when you get into the queue. This is one of the most fun queues I've been in, and it should be fun. It's a fun house. You've got a lot of mirrors that really completely throw off your sense of direction. It's very interesting seeing all these mirrors that try and make you look bigger than you are, smaller, whatever, you know the drill. And then once you get into the station, it's not quite as well themed, but it's still nice. I went and rode this during a Christmas overlay, so there was a lot of snowflakes and whatnot on the wall. I've ridden this in its normal form and the Christmas form, and I gotta say, I think the normal form is slightly better, but it's very close. It doesn't really matter when you ride this, they're basically the exact same. So you're gonna sit down in these trains, and I noticed right away that the restraints on this ride were a lot different than Steel Dragon and Whirlwind's. Steel Dragon and Whirlwind have these very janky sounding ratcheting restraints, they're T-bars. You could get a ton of room with them, they're very comfortable. On Laff Trakk, these are also comfortable, but they feel a lot more secure, if that makes sense. They definitely don't feel as exposed, they feel more padded. And that's a theme you're going to see with this ride, is it's a very toned down Maurer spinner. It's not trying to be Whirlwind, it's not even trying to be Steel Dragon, which is a moderate thrill ride. No, this thing is very family friendly, anybody can ride this. And I'm going to compare it a lot to Whirlwind in this review, because of course I've ridden Whirlwind hundreds of times each season I've been at Seabreeze, and I know that ride pretty much better than anyone, so it's really weird going from that to this. But anyways, you're going to start out of the station and climb up your lift hill, and on this lift hill I would suggest actually sitting backwards, which I know is weird, given that you get punched in the gut pretty hard on Whirlwind, but on this I didn't think it was quite as bad. And you get that clown face when you're sitting backwards. You get it when you're forwards too, but I personally think it's cooler staring down at it. It just looks more intimidating. So then you round the first turn, and this is another big difference. On Whirlwind, you get a very violent lateral kink, sending you to the right or left depending on where you're sitting. On this, you don't get anything. I was very shocked to find that I didn't get any sort of laterals. After this, you'll hit the first drop, and it feels similar to Whirlwind's. I don't think it's quite as good, but you still get a little bit of floater on this. And then you hit the first valley, which does feel fast. Again, not quite as intense or powerful as Whirlwind's, but still solid. Then you turn up into a straightaway, followed by a hairpin turn, which are a lot more bland than on Whirlwind and even Steel Dragon here. Just know that Whirlwind's the most extreme one I've done. Steel Dragon's in the middle, and Laff Trakk's definitely at the bottom. So then after that hairpin turn, you're going to hit a very harsh set of trims. And I kind of like it. I know with the profiling and everything on Laff Trakk, it wouldn't do too much anyways, even if they let this thing rip, because the profiling is very different on most of these elements. So I like the fact that you get to appreciate the theming more, given that you're going slower. So then you're going to head down this drop, followed by a horseshoe turn, followed by a pop into a set of trims. And on Whirlwind, this thing absolutely murders you. You get crazy ejector, you get mad violent laterals. On this, you don't get anything, it's very bland, but again, the theming's nice. After this, you're going to pop down into another very surprising section. On Whirlwind, there's a bunch of little lateral kinks in this next twisty section here. On this, there's absolutely no laterals. You just meander around, and it's alright because you get to appreciate the theming, but of course I'd rather have Whirlwind, where you get a little airtime and a little laterals. After this, you'll hit some more trims before heading through the helix. This one doesn't do anything. Whirlwind delivers a little positives here, but absolutely nothing on this ride. After this, you'll pop into another set of trims, followed by definitely the weirdest part of the ride. On Whirlwind, you have an aggressive pop down, turning you to the right before an almost stangle dive-like maneuver, which absolutely throws you around mercilessly before having an aggressive airtime pop into the brakes. On Steel Dragon, you have a more gradual drop down, followed by a slightly banked curve going to the right, followed by a slightly more gradual pop into the brakes. Definitely a lot tamer than Whirlwinds, but still something. On Laff Trakk, you quite literally start turning to the right, hit a straightaway, and then barely bank it all while turning to the right, and then going up into the brakes without any sort of pop at all. No airtime, nothing. This is a very strange finale, but it pretty much summarizes what Laff Trakk's all about. It's about a family-friendly experience. This ride is not designed to be Steel Dragon or Whirlwind. It's not designed to thrill you. It's designed to just entertain you with some nice fluorescent lights and theming. It's pretty cool. I gotta say, I actually appreciate this ride a lot now. I get that it's not Whirlwind. It's not even Steel Dragon in terms of intensity and thrills, but this ride has some redeeming qualities. I definitely like that clown face on the lift hill. During the Christmas overlay, you had a lot of really good snowflakes and everything. And during the normal show, it definitely feels a lot more like a carnival or a circus, which I can definitely appreciate. It's nothing too special. Don't go in expecting Revenge of the Mummy or Hagrid's here, but it's solid. So for Laff Trakk's final score, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. It's a very tame and mild ride, but that being said, it's got some good theming, so I can appreciate it a decent amount. So that is my review of Laff Trakk at Hersheypark. Let me know what you guys thought of this video down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.